Continue to track the developments after a blast, two twin blasts on board the Chennai railway station. One woman has been killed in the blast, several others injured. The condition of two, is critical. The blasts took place at around 7:15 a.m. in two sleeper coaches of the Guwahati-Bangalore Express, which had pulled onto platform number 9 of the station for what was meant to be a 10-minute stop. Sources are telling Headlines today that an NSG team has been dispatched to the spot at the railway station where the blast took place. But first, we listen into what the railway minister and the ministry spokesperson said.
Who received minor injuries. Further, whatever the treatment should be given, that will also be given, and expenditure will be borne by the railway department. State police gave clearance for starting the train after detaching the affected coaches at 9 hours. After attaching fresh coaches, the train will resume its journey at approximately 11 a.m. So this is the latest information I got from Divisional Railway Manager and also Zonal General Manager, Chennai. And investigation is going on. The railway police and also the state police both are cooperating each other. They are investigating. When we get a detailed report, we'll be able to know the cause and what are the reasons for this incident.
Are you planning to visit the spot?
Already my general manager and others are visiting. Today I am going to New Delhi for cabinet meeting. So my people are at job, and I have already informed Chairman Railway Board and also one of the expert from New Delhi will also visit to Chennai.
We have T.S. Sudhir joining us on the phone line now for more on the story. Sudhir, from what we've heard from Atir Khan so far, we can say with certainty that it was a well-planned attack. But the real question is, why now? We understand it was to spread fear, it was to spread panic, but coming as it does after the elections, what are the possibilities that the investigators will be looking into?
Well, exactly. I mean, that's a question that is bothering the investigating team as to why now, because it's a week, more than a week since the elections took place in Tamil Nadu. In fact, there was an alert through the election period in Tamil Nadu, but this low-intensity blast coming 1 week after the elections has obviously bewildered the investigating team. Meanwhile, the case has been handed over to the CB-CID. A special investigation team has been formed. In fact, an FIR has been filed based on a complaint from a passenger who in fact has been injured in both legs, and he was the one who was sitting in seat number 71, just 2 seats away from the seat number 69 where the bag was apparently placed containing the bomb. But yes, they are looking at whether if this bomb was actually planted on the train from Bangalore itself, so whether there were any sleeper cells who were activated from Bangalore to ensure that this blast actually took place when the train was at Chennai railway station. Because remember, the train was 2 hours late. It was supposed to arrive at around 5:40. It arrived only close to 7:15, 7:30 when the blast took place. So obviously, someone was monitoring it, which kind of indicates that there was a team which was monitoring the bomb movement completely on the train.
Right. Is there the suspicion, Sudhir, after you've spoken to your sources in the government, that the authorities in Chennai need to continue to be on alert right now?
Absolutely. There was a high alert which was sounded all through the election period, so there is perhaps that apprehension that they were a little lax now that the election had been conducted to the 39 Lok Sabha seats in Tamil Nadu. But yes, why now, and whether there was some kind of a sleeper cells who were active in both Chennai, Tamil Nadu as well as in Bangalore, those are some of the early leads that the investigating team will be pursuing. The NIA team has been sent to Chennai, and most likely it will be the NIA which will be handed over the case once the CB-CID has done the preliminary investigation.
Well, from what we heard from that eyewitness, two not so loud explosions, the passenger who was on board the Bangalore-Guwahati Express. Remember, the railway minister had also said that the damaged coaches will be detached from the train, that the train is expected to depart to platform number 9 sometime at around 10:30. It's now 10 minutes past 11. Now we need to get a confirmation on whether or not that train has in fact left the Chennai Central station. But T.S. Sudhir is still on the phone line with us. Sudhir, we were speaking to who also said that the authorities in Chennai continue to remain on high alert, considering that some very high profile arrests, some very important arrests were made in the city just before the elections. Now we understand from our sources that an ISI agent, an alleged ISI agent, was arrested only in Chennai. So it does come as a surprise as to how the necessary security arrangements or checks and balances were obviously not in place. Sudhir, as I was asking you earlier, Athir said that some very crucial arrests were made before the elections in Tamil Nadu. Only yesterday, sources have told Headlines Today, an alleged ISI agent was arrested in the city of Chennai. So it's really surprising as to how the necessary security checks and balances were not in place and such an incident was allowed to happen on board a passenger train.
Well, those are the dots that the Chennai police as well as the railway police are trying to connect, whether there was any connection between the arrest yesterday and the blast that has taken place today. But what is of primary concern now to the police officials, not just in Tamil Nadu and Chennai, but also in the neighboring state of Andhra Pradesh, where elections in the Seemandhra region will take place in a week from now, is that there is a heightened political movement of different leaders, including Narendra Modi in Seemandhra region, and whether there are any other sleeper cells who may also be on the prowl in different parts of Seemandhra. Remember, Narendra Modi, in fact, is addressing 5 public meetings along with Chandrababu Naidu in different towns of Seemandhra today. And given the fact that Chennai is just across the border, security has also been tightened, not just at railway stations, but also in different towns of the Seemandhra region. So obviously, they do not want to take any chances. They are trying to connect the dots, whether there is any connection to the arrest yesterday and whether they can get any leads from Bangalore to something like this.
Investigations at multiple levels have already begun into the twin explosions that took place on board a passenger train as it pulled into platform number 9 at the Chennai Central station at 7:30 this morning. The Tamil Nadu Chief Minister has ordered a CB-CID probe. Headlines Today's Priyamvatha is in Chennai and has some information on what action the Tamil Nadu government has taken so far. Priyamvatha?
Well, this was a blast that has shocked the entire state because after almost 15 years after that blast that we saw in Coimbatore, this is a major blast that's happening here in Tamil Nadu, in Chennai, really testing the law and order situation. The information we are getting is Tamil Nadu Chief Minister has ordered for a CB-CID probe and she has demanded for a status report within 24 hours and also even as we are talking, one person who was secured from the compartment there is being interrogated by at least 10 officers here, all senior officers who are interrogating. This apart, the information has also been shared with the Bangalore police and also Andhra Pradesh police to check in which station did this particular passenger board the train at. This moment, my sources were telling me he boarded the train somewhere in Bangalore. So they are in touch and trying to get more information. Meanwhile, the Q branch has intensified their interrogation of the suspected ISI agent who was arrested from Chennai 2 days back. No conclusions or comparisons are not being drawn at this moment. Right. But the investigation, they are interrogating that suspect as well to find if there is any connection.
All right, Priyamvatha, stay with us. Athir Khan is also on the phone line with us from Delhi. Athir, what are you hearing from the Home Ministry on that specific angle? As Priyamvatha just told us, the police there is trying to investigate a possible connection between the arrest of an alleged ISI agent in Chennai yesterday and today's twin blasts.
Well, that's a very important angle which the central investigating agencies are also looking into. As I told you earlier also that of late there's been a spate of terror activity in Tamil Nadu. We know that some Yasin Bhatkal's associates who are also, sort of identified in that region. And also, as I told you, Al-Ummah has been active in this region, especially Coimbatore. So these are the angles which are being looked into. But at the moment, nothing has been ruled out. the priority is to ensure that all the trains running in that region and throughout the country have been sanitized, because the possibility of synchronized serial blast cannot be ruled out. So that's a very, very, that's the top concern of the security agencies. But at the same time, what I'm getting to know from our sources is that the CB-CID and SIT, Tamil Nadu is looking into it. But at the same time, the NIA is also going to look into it. The priority at the moment is that on the spot, the train staff has been isolated, the pantry staff, the ticket, the TT, and all the staff which was all on board that train is being questioned to find out if they saw anything suspicious on board the train. Same time, they are also looking into CCTV camera footage to find out if they found any suspicious person moving into the bogie or compartment where these blasts have taken place. We also know that the presence of timer is suspected, because the investigating agencies are suspecting there was an improvised explosive device which was used to cause these two blasts.
Arthur, that's a very important point you made there, that the security agencies have been alerted about the possibility of synchronized, coordinated attacks. Is that alert specific to Chennai or other parts of the country?
Well, what we're learning from sources is that the focus is in South India, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, also some parts of Maharashtra. But there is a general alert for throughout the country which has been sent out by the Home Ministry in consultation with the Railway Ministry officials and the Railway Police. So all precautions are being taken, all efforts are being made to sanitize all the trains running in this region.
All right, Arthur, thanks very much for that. There are 5 important developments to the story. One angle, that the train was delayed. It arrived in Chennai an hour and a half late, as the railway minister also confirmed. Second, the arrest of an ISI agent in Chennai on Wednesday. Investigators are trying to investigate whether there is a connection to yesterday's arrest and today's twin blasts. IED, the use of IED is suspected, but no timers have been recovered so far. As Arthur just told us, the possibility of synchronized, coordinated attacks cannot be ruled out. A specific alert for the states of Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, also parts of Maharashtra. Also, in Bangalore, CCTV footage is being investigated. That is the original point for this particular train. The question really is, where was the bomb placed? That is also going to be an important point for the investigators to look into.